What is up, you guys? So I woke up to my best friend being outside. So you know it's a good day when UPS pulls up. Car parts came through. All right, so we just got the package. If you're trying to learn how to install some charge pipes on the S55 platform, this is the video for you.
We go underneath.
So we're starting off the vlog a bit dirty, bird shitting on my car, but this is the real deal right here. Shout out to the UPS man, he came through. Let's open this up and show you guys what we got in store for you today. For starters, we got some bubble wrap. Once we get to the goodies, you guys can see that we got ourselves some SSR charge pipes. Now these are the charge pipes for the S55 platform, meaning they're good for the M2Comp, the M3, and the M4. Now if you're wondering why we got some charge pipes, simply because the original ones are a bit faulty. I'll get more in depth once we take the original ones off and I can compare them to the SSR ones. Apart from the SSR charge pipes that I picked up, I also picked up 4 T-bolt hose clamps. Now I picked these up simply because the OEM ones are like, I would say half the size and they aren't as reliable. Once I get more in depth, I'll show you guys why, but for now, charge pipes, hose clamps. Let's get to working on the car. Now, since we're gonna be working on the engine, we're gonna pop the hood. These are the tools that we will be using for this install. And as you guys can see, I set down some microfiber towels just so I can place my tools on top without damaging or scratching up the paint, the wrap, as well as placing the parts that I'm gonna be installing in plain sight so we can just swap them over. Quick, simple, easy install. I will state that I did begin the install on my front mount intakes. As you guys can see, I went with ASP. These are the front intakes that are located right in front of the kidney grills for the Beamer. I absolutely love it. It looks super aggressive from the front, as you guys can see. So I started the install yesterday. I didn't completely finish simply because the charge pipes weren't in yet. And I mean, the access that I'm gonna be needing to take these off, I thought might as well just leave it empty for then an easier install once they actually arrive. Because as you guys can see, these are the OEM charge pipes and they're actually tucked in between the intake inlets. So the intake comes out through here from the turbo and it wraps straight through here. So through here, in through there, and wraps all the way to the front. Dual intakes. If you think about it, it would have been double work to install this, then take it back out and then remove the charge pipes. But now that we have the new ones, we can easily access these, pop these out, slap these on, and then finish up with the last 2 components for the intakes. After that, we're pretty much gonna have a charge pipe upgrade as well as intake upgrade on the Beamer. So as I mentioned prior, these are the new T-bolt hose clamps. As you guys can see, they're significantly beefier, bulkier, as well as sturdier. These are more reputable for higher boosts. They have little to no real grip on them, I would say. So these do tend to pop off when you're in high boost, doing a pull, launching the car, etc. With these, we'll have one less thing to worry about. For this install, the tools you're gonna require are an extension, a swivel extension, a flathead screwdriver, a ratchet, an extended screwdriver with a swivel extension, and an 8mm. The most important part on this install is actually these special inverted star bit. Okay, so to start, we're gonna need the flathead or an 8mm. We're gonna loosen up these hose clamps, the original ones. Once these are loose, we can slide them off and kind of wiggle the old charge pipe or the OEM charge pipes off, giving us a little bit of access to then move down and take out the 2 bolts holding the charge pipes down in the bottom. All right, in my case, I'm gonna use my flathead. There we have it. These 2 are now loose. Time to move to the back ones. And after that, I'll show you how to slide them off and move our way down. So in my case, since I'm gonna be replacing these old OEM hose clamps, I'm gonna take them off completely to slide them out. So like I said with the microfiber towels, now that I don't need the tool, I can simply place it here without having to worry about scratching up anything on the engine bay, and I can continue to work. All right, all 4 of them are off we can set these to the side and continue with the install. Okay, next things next, you want to break these a bit loose. As you can see, some play room right there, some wiggle room. They should hopefully slide off rather easily. You don't want to completely take them off because now we're gonna have to work our way down and address the bolts down in the lower section of the charge pipe. So for the charge pipe closer to the front of the car, that's the E10 bolt that we're gonna be addressing and removing for this install. The second bolt is gonna be behind the inlet for the turbo. You can see, there it is, E10. So there's two bolts, they're both E10s. Like I said, you're gonna need that special key, which I'm gonna grab right now. So with your E10, you're gonna grab this, grab your extension with your swivel extension, and then we're gonna basically break that bolt free and we're gonna take it out. E10, swivel extension, add these two components on. You're gonna grab your ratchet and we're gonna dig down in there and we're gonna break it loose. There we go, and out. Boom. First one's out. Time to address the one in the back. Now the one in the back is a bit trickier. I'm gonna have to address it with two hands, so I am gonna put the camera aside simply because I don't want to drop it. I really don't want to drop it and be here all day. So it's the same procedure. I broke it loose, remember, lefty loosey. Once I get it out, we can then actually pop these charge pipes off and compare them to the new upgraded ones. We are 2 for 2, no drop bolts just yet. Let me knock on wood, or in this case, some carbon, and continue with this install. Now comes the rather tedious part, popping it off first from the actual intercooler and then actually popping it up. Once you pop it up, as you can see, the first one is out. You can now throw this away because it's literally brittle plastic, but no, you probably want to just store these for in case, you know, you ever have to go back to stock. We'll place these to the side. Now the second one, same procedure, pop out. Another thing for this one is you're gonna want to pop out the actual wiring harness. All right, there we go, wiring harness is off. Now pop out and up. Boom, second one's out. Place this to the side. Now let's compare the two. Right off the bat, you can see that these are a lot beefier, so my hand cannot wrap around this one as opposed to the original one, which is slimmer and skinnier. And for this one, I mean, I still can't wrap my fingers, but it's definitely a smaller gap on this one compared to this gap right here. Now, if you're planning to go high boost, if you're trying to pick up more power, if you're trying to, you know, go full bolt-ons, this is definitely the first modification you're trying to achieve and get out of the way. Why? Because these are plastic. So what tends to happen with plastic is it gets brittle, it tends to chip, it tends to crack, especially at the seams all along right here. You then get a boost leak, and when you're running boost, you definitely don't want a boost leak. It's not going to be running at its full potential. With these aluminum ones, less things to worry about. I mean, you really can't crack these. As you guys can see, these also come with the bungs if you plan on running meth. The original ones don't come with any of that because they think you're going to be keeping the car completely stock. That is not the case for us. We plan on upgrading, we plan on getting more power, we plan on bullying some cars on the highway. So let's continue with this install now. So same procedure, you're gonna wanna work from the back forward, meaning you wanna install the one in the back first. So first you're gonna wanna feed the charge pipe in through the bottom. You're then gonna wanna slide the silicone hose onto the intercooler. Okay, so what I like to do is you're gonna wanna push this silicone hose all the way back. This is gonna give you enough free play and room to then attach it to the intercooler and then slide the silicone hose over. Now before you do that, you're gonna wanna grab your two T-bolt hose clamps, or if you're gonna use the OEM ones, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, I recommend upgrading them just so you don't have to do this job twice. So grab two of those, slide those on before you actually mount it to the intercooler. Don't mind the pajamas. I literally got out of bed when I got the notification that the UPS guy was outside. But yes, grab your two T-bolt hose clamps. On mine, I'm gonna take off the actual price tag on it. Slide these on. All right, now that we have the T-clamps on, we're gonna slide the charge pipe in through the back. All right, so the back one is gonna be a bit of a squeeze, but once it pops in through the bottom, I don't think you're gonna be able to see, but oh, right there, there's a little gap. You're gonna wanna just pop it down for that seal to be in contact, and then you can put the bolt through and tighten it down. Okay, now that we sealed up the gap, we can slide in the little bolt and tighten it down. With these bolts, as you guys can see, these are specific and special bolts. Another reason you don't want to drop them, because I'm pretty sure not any hardware store is going to be carrying these exact bolts. So let's slide it in and go from there. Okay, so we got the first bolt in. What I like to do is actually hand thread it first, and then with the extension get it as tight as I can before going in with the actual ratchet. So once this bolt's all tight, we can then slide over the silicone hose, adjust the T-clamps, tighten them down, and we should be done with the rear charge pipe. Let's tighten these up. I think these are 11 millimeters or 10 millimeters. All tight and everything. I'll probably clean up that residue in a bit, but it's time to install the second one. Same procedure as the one in the back. Obviously on this one, there's more room, so we're gonna slide this in, have it flush, and then just line up the silicone hose with the intercooler. Slide your T-bolt clamps in like we did prior, and then just slide the silicone hose onto the lip of the intercooler, and then we're good to go. Both charge pipes are on. T-bolts are tight. The bolts for the charge pipes on the bottom are also on. Now the only thing to do is add the intake. Now the only thing to do now is add the last intake component, and we should be done here. Silicone hose as well as the cold air intake elbow need to be installed. Basically goes in right here, slides in through here, and then up here is the elbow that connects both pieces together. Okay, so the silicone hose is in. Now we just got to connect this elbow with the silicone, twist it, slide it through, and then tighten down the hose clamps. Just got to tighten up these hose clamps and then plug the sensor in to the elbow. After that, should pretty much be done. Intake is on, sensor is on, hose clamps are tight, charge pipes are on, T-bolt clamps are tight, front intakes are aligned. We're ready for liftoff. So there you guys have it. First official modification on the car has been installed, all wrapped up. Install was a success. Can't tell you guys how enthusiastic and how hyped I am to continue to build this project, to build the car, bring it out to its full potential. More content to come. Do stick with us. Guarantee you guys it's gonna be a fun ride. Now, as excited as I am to hear these intakes and these charge pipes paired together, we're gonna save that for another video. Do stay tuned. I guarantee you guys we got a lot of content for you guys. So like always, like, comment, subscribe, and keep it authentic, y'all. Peace.